Good night, people. Tonight, at Nadia's Talk Show, I will show you the most interesting and different theater groups. When people decide their lives and future according to the principles of democracy and I'm sorry. When people I'm sorry, people. I'm really sorry. Okay.
It's a lie.
They are very important for me. That's why I'm just like this. When people decide their lives according to principles of democracy, I've always had inside my ideas the thought that nobody can take from us the freedom of expression. And with a show full of fun and talking about everyday things, they were going to be a famous and political group that was going to get success in our country. But since the government decided to close their play, in behalf of moral and principles, everything has changed. Now they are the bad guys. Ladies and gentlemen, I'm pleased to show you No Faces Company. Applause, please! More people! More people! Okay.
Thank you. Good night.
So, let's start. How are you? Have been doing? Okay. So let's start. At first, I really would like to know how are you doing to pay the bills with no second job?
Well, I don't know. The bank helped us.
Yeah, I know that about the money that doesn't get inside your account.
Robbing? We
That's
rob
okay.
every kind of a store.
Oh my God, I forgot. I'm sorry, please. Mimi, my niece, please come here. Do you want something to drink?
Well, a really, I don't know, strong
coffee.
No,
I love coffee.
no, thanks. Wine. It's
Okay. You want something?
No, thanks.
Water?
No, thanks.
Vodka? No. Okay, thanks. Oh, please.
Well, in
Okay.
fact, tequila is good.
Tequila is good. Okay.
Tequila.
Tequila is good. Okay, Mimi, tequila, please. Okay.
Yeah.
Slugmate. Okay. Let's continue.
Yeah.
Anna, how can I describe the situation of being naked a while you are representing?
Well, the theme of our play was in favor of free expression. So, and I and my companions were so during the play.
Okay. What have you felt when the police arrived there and told you to stop the representation?
At first, I didn't really understand what the police were doing that, but then I was not knowing what to do if I stopped the play and would stop to the cops.
It was a really shame, no thanks. Okay, Mr. Philip.
Yeah.
How do you do when someone forgot the words in the high point of the skin?
Well, I think we improvise, and pray to God to remember the words that we, in fact, have to say in that time, And just play like Chico Xavier, Chico Xavier. Oh my God, I have to say this, and I need to remember, and then we sing.
Okay. I'm sorry, but I really need to ask you this stuff.
Yeah.
Tell me about the situation, about the hands there. You there, pretend that you are doing that, but you are not doing. Tell me about this feeling, please.
Well, it's very disgusting to have those scenes in my mind, When anybody, everybody can see you doing something very private, It's very
you're showing to
uncomfortable.
everybody seeing you in the most.
Yes, in the privacy moment, it's very.
Those face of yourself that only your mother has saw. It's really shame, don't you think so?
No, I don't like to have my mom seen the scenes.
When you were a baby, think about it.
Oh, doing sex?
No, your ass, for example, that's showing all the people.
Well, when I was a baby, I don't
remember something.
I didn't do sex, actually, so.
Really?
I think so. Just my parents, but.
Well, and what about being the only man in all the scheme? Do you feel powerful?
I'm sorry?
About the feeling of being the only man in the scheme. Do you feel powerful? Something that like
Yeah, I feel a little, it's very exciting
Don't you feel
to be
shame
the
from
only
this
one.
perfect woman in front of you?
Well, it's very good, but it's not as uncomfortable to have the crown. A lot of people looking at you. That is very uncomfortable.
Okay. Annie, honey, tell me about what do you think about these crazy people performing with no clothes and doing everything just like a normal situation? Please tell me about it.
Because we are talking at the play, at the roles we made, we talk about the freedom of expression. So I don't think that's very strange in this kind of role. We do this thing that inside many people want to do.
Okay, at least I really would like to know all of you. How do you do how do you feel inside yourselves after all? Because in a culture just like this, where everything is acceptable, youngers that don't respect each other, bitches with no clothes on the streets, and students wearing t-shirts just like dresses on the universities. Where is the real shame after all?
Well, nowadays the freedom has to be more acceptable, especially in theaters, in culture, and everything. But when we got this in the real life, it's very harder. It's harder, and it has to be performed in the theaters, on my point of view, and the point of hers. But it has to be accepted.
But you think there are people paid for what you doing just like this, and why the government had to get inside your presentation and stop to do everything that we're doing, representing your job, and outside there are a lot of people wearing nothing and with no moral, with no respect, and they don't do anything. Why so?
Because government, they have an idea that freedom of expression is the best thing of the world, but seeing something doing so much success and doing people making things that many people doesn't have the courage to do, maybe can shock, and that's why they don't like this.
And why theaters like this one doesn't work?
Well, I don't know how.
Because people don't want to see the real culture and express it,
Are you still waiting for something that can make chance, that make you hope?
Well, we hope so. We hope so.
Okay, I'm really pleased for you. Thank you so much. Good night, people. See you.